Have you ever been halfway through a project, but the results you thought you would have earned by now haven't come yet? Maybe you start questioning your work and wonder if it's actually as good as you once thought. Perhaps you start doubting yourself and wonder if you have the capabilities to actually pull it off. You wonder whether you should keep going, double down, pivot to something else, or give up. Now, I wanted to make 10 philosophical videos documenting my creative process, and this is video number 10. However, the truth is, after posting video number 8, I really wanted to stop with this style of content and pivot to something else which I thought would get me more views. I felt frustrated with the amount of views I was getting despite my efforts. Sometimes I would put hours and hours, sometimes tens of hours into projects for it to get 50 or 100 views. I understand that with art especially, ideally our metric of success should be internal, but I'm human too, and it is frustrating sometimes. And the other thing with being a smaller creator and you're not getting many views is that you're not getting much feedback. You don't get that many comments, you don't get that much engagement. Therefore, we have to trust our own judgment that we're getting better at our craft and that our work is actually good. Strangely, around a day after I was considering pivoting, video number 8 gained some momentum and performed disproportionately well in comparison to my other videos, and I decided to just finish the 10 videos. This reminded me of an idea from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, where he talks about what he calls the plateau of latent potential. In the early and middle stages of a pursuit, there is a valley of disappointment. We expect to make progress linearly, whereas results compound over time, so what we see materialize is more exponential. The discrepancy between what we expect to happen and the results we get causes us to feel discouraged after putting in weeks and months of hard work. Clear reminds us that the work isn't wasted, it's just being stored. It's not until months or years later that we realize the true value of the previous work we have done. I'm glad I finished it through to completion because now I have metrics to measure how good my original plan was and that I gave this style of content a real go. I don't have the question in the back of my mind of, what if? I guess if we don't follow through with our plans, we won't ever know how good a planner we are. Our original plan might have been right all along. We might be on the verge of breaking through the valley of disappointment, but if we give up, we'll never know. I think Michael B. Jordan said it very clearly.
People give up right before they get what they've always wanted to get. People quit and they give up.
As this is the last video in the series, I just wanted to thank you for joining me on this series. During the series, you would have saw me buy a new camera, shadow box in the middle of the road, twice, because I didn't get the sunrise the first time. You saw me experiment with different video techniques, and you got to see some of my favorite quotes. Hopefully you noticed the improvements I made with each video in terms of storytelling and cinematography. A lot of these videos was written by imagining a hypothetical actualized version of myself talking to my current self regarding issues I currently had around content creation. So hopefully this series has been helpful to you, and I wish you all the best on your journey. I want to leave you with one of my favorite quotes from Steve Jobs.
You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path, and that will make all the difference.